Hey, welcome back to JG3 Reviews. Today we're going to look at a very familiar pen, but a special edition of the pen, which this is obviously not. Actually, this is, of course, the Platinum Preppy. This is a really old one, several years old, that I have taken quite literally across and around the globe in a backpack on various ministry-related trips and mission trips and things like that. It's been all over the place. Great pen, very reliable, and actually one of my favorite steel medium nibs in a bargain pen. Just absolutely one of my favorites. I love the .5 from Platinum and the consistency of that nib. It just, again, one of my favorites. So when I saw that they had a new special edition coming out, I, of course, had to go grab one. Now, I did intend only to grab one, but as you can see, it didn't quite work out that way. I ended up with one of each of the three colors and one in each size. But that works out for you because I'm going to show you a writing sample of all three nibs that are available in the Platinum Preppy and kind of do two things at once here. So the special edition pen that just came out is all black, as you can see, and that's all solid black. Even the grip section on these pens is solid black. Now, I happen to like a lot the demonstrator nature of the regular Preppy, but not everybody does. For one thing, sometimes, people see that ink in there and it kind of freaks them out a little, especially if they're new to fountain pens. That's okay. It's just one of those things that you learn along the way, that this is totally normal. But some people, they just can't get over seeing that ink. And again, that's okay. Just a preference thing. So maybe you would rather have a solid color. In that case, this special edition is going to be great for you because, again, it has that solid grip section. As always with Preppies, it is a cartridge converter pen, includes with it a single cartridge. In this case, it is not the typical Preppy blue-black ink that comes with most of their pens. It is, of course, a black ink, as you'll see in the writing sample, because all of these will have that standard cartridge in them. You can get a converter. It's a proprietary converter, just like the ink cartridge is proprietary. And then you can use a converter with this pen, but I will typically just use an ink syringe and refill the cartridges, and you can get a ton of refills out of a single cartridge, refilling it that way. Or, of course, if you're somebody that just wants to take a handy cartridge with you to just pop in there, that's always an option. Also, always an option is that these pens can be eyedroppered. I would suggest at least silicone grease on the threads, and most people are going to want to use an O-ring as well, and you can get those from places like Goulet. No affiliation there, but you can get them from Goulet, which is also where I happen to have gotten these pens. So a lot of people like to eyedropper these pens. They're just a great knockabout pen. As I said, I've carried this one for years. You might notice, if you look really closely, there's a little bit of a stress crack in the barrel of mine. I think it's right in here somewhere. And there's a little bit of one on the cap. Again, even though the print and everything looks really nice in this pen, it doesn't look to the camera all that scratched up. This pen has been used and abused and carried, and not always in the best of situations. It has been dead reliable. I had not used this in at least weeks, and of course it wrote as soon as I got it out of storage. Anyway, just a fantastic pen, as these will be. But of course, these have that slick, stealthy look. Maybe not stealthy in the highlighter yellow and orange writing on the pen, but in every other way, they definitely are. And one thing that I love about these pens is they don't have the pesky code, the barcode that a lot of people go out of their way to remove. And some of the older Preppies had even more than that. I think they might have had a copy of the Japanese Constitution on the side. All of that's gone, and it's just your nib size, Platinum Preppy, fountain pen made in Japan. I'm all right with all those things being on there, and I think it looks good. I think my favorite is this orange one, but I do like, the highlighter yellow there, giving you kind of a bumblebee look. That's pretty cool, too. And the plain white, honestly, it's kind of growing on me, but definitely my favorite, I think, is the orange. And I wanted to get that one in medium, but the day I ordered mine, a whole bunch of you did too, and those mediums and the orange were gone, so I got the yellow in that one. Now, writing-wise, just to show you the difference in the performance of the nibs, You get the biggest distinction, of course, is going to be the medium from the others because it is 0.5 and then drops 2 notches to 0.3. Both of these pens write great. Medium is my preference, but all three write really well. And actually, the extra fine, disregard my slop there. I got a fire ant bite yesterday and it was making my hand twitch now and then, and that's what happened right here. It's just driving me nuts. But all of them write a nice clean line. The fine, probably visually to my eye, is the sweet spot. But I actually like their extra fine, and I don't like a lot of extra fine. Now, when an extra fine nib is good, it's good, and I like it. But I do find a lot of extra fines that are really just a little bit more toothy or scratchy. I hate to use that word because I haven't run into that many I would actually call scratchy. I don't care for most extra fines. That gives you an idea of how they write. Now, on the little loop-de-loops, I did try to get a little bit of line variation, but as you can see, there's really not much. It's a stiff steel nib. But what you do get is a very reliable writer. These pens, just like all Platinums, have the slip and seal caps, so they don't dry out quickly at all. They're very reliable. And if you're just looking for a knockabout pen, any Platinum Preppy, just go ahead and plunk down a few bucks for it. Now, these are a little bit more than usual. You're not going to find these for $5 or $6 like you do the typical Preppy. The special edition is $9, at least here in the U.S. Obviously, your mileage may vary, but that's what I'm seeing the most as I browse around different stores. You can still get them on the day of this recording. It is a limited edition. I never know exactly what that means if they don't give you a number. Seinfeld has a joke that some things are limited to the number that they can manufacture as quickly as they can. I don't know if this is like that or not. I doubt it. But, they're not going to be around forever. That's what I'm telling you. So you're going to want to grab one while you can in your favorite nib size, or do what I did and just get all three nib sizes. Then you've got a nice variety. There's fantastic pens if you want to introduce somebody to a fountain pen for a couple of reasons. One is they're not so expensive that if your friend ends up not liking fountain pens, you haven't lost much of an investment. Second, it's not likely to happen. These are really good pens, easy to refill, easy to source, and frankly, probably a bit of a gateway drug to fountain pens. That's really the truth. And a lot of people started with the Preppy and they didn't stop. But if you did stop, if this was the only fountain pen you ever had, well, you know what? You got a great pen. So there you are. That's the special edition. Those are the colors that are on offer. I really like them. I got a link in the description below that goes to Gold Spot, which if you bought a horn of them, might give me a couple of cents. I don't want to say that. And using those affiliate links to wherever, it helps the channel out a little bit here and there. That's a lot of times how I get my ink, to keep the channel fueled. So there you go. Anyway, Platinum Preppy, all black, looking really good and stealthy. I tell you what I would do. I would have added 1/4 edition of this with all of the writing in matte black. And I think that would look pretty cool. What do you think? Would look good to me. What about you? Which color of these would you choose? And what's your favorite Platinum Preppy nib? As always, thank you for watching, subscribing, for joining the channel in a membership, and God bless you, and have a great week.